Hey y'all, it's Annalie. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to change the flat ceiling in this bedroom to a vaulted ceiling that matches this bedroom. When I first drew this project, I knew that this bedroom has a vaulted ceiling, but I thought that this one was flat. So now we need to make that change. So I'm going to pull a 3D camera so we can take a look inside this room and see what it looks like. So you can see the flat ceiling there. And I'm going to head over to this bedroom and see we've got the vault here that we want to bring across and match in that other bedroom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here. You can do this in plan or 3D, but I'm going to double click the room, or you can select it and then use the open dialog box and go to structure and remove that flat ceiling. Okay. And essentially that is the basis of it. You just always remove that flat ceiling, and now what you're seeing is the underside of your roof plane there. So if you are doing vaults, you typically have to have that roof built. And then you can see on this side, it's not really matching up. So we're going to have to do a dropped ceiling there. And you can see a couple of other issues that have happened in this room. This is an attic wall that was above that ceiling plane. And you can see it's not lined up properly. That's probably because this wall was adjusted after it was built, and then this one didn't move to match it. So I'm just going to select it, and I'm going to use this tool here. That is the align with the wall below. So I just click that, and then that moved that wall, and now it's flush. So we have a solid wall there. And then you can see that the program built an attic wall on this side as well. And we no longer need that because we want this to be open, and that was built above that ceiling. So I'm just going to delete it. Hit the delete key and it's gone. So the next issue that we can see is that this roof plane is not meeting up to the height here. So what we are going to do to fix that on the inside is we're going to make a ceiling plane. We're going to drop in a ceiling plane like this one. So I select that. You can see it's a sloped ceiling plane here. I'm going to go into its dialog box and just look at its settings. So it's got a pitch of 6 and an inside wall height of 121 inches. So what that is there is this measurement was taken on site to make this 121 inches. So always check your site measurement there. And then you'd probably want to check the height in here. This height here. If you know those two heights, you don't have to worry about what the exact slope is, or if you know one of the heights and the slope, then the program will calculate the rest for you. So let's look at that in plan again. So here's where that ceiling plane is. So I want one that matches here and meets up here again. So what I could do is just copy and paste this one over and pull it down, but I'm going to show you how to do it if you didn't have this ceiling plane already there. And so the height at the wall here for it to match and meet up right here was at 121 inches, but across the hallway here, there's not a wall here. It continues to slope further down to this wall here to make that continuous. So I'm going to use a CAD line, and I'm going to just snap it here into the corner there and pull that over just for reference. Yes, we'll just turn that on for now. So that's just for reference of where that 121 inches is going to hit. So I'm going to grab and in my roof tools, I'm going to grab the ceiling plane. I'm going to start it here, pull it across, and then pull it up to meet there in the middle. And I'm going to pull it actually over a little bit here so that it goes into all the way to that wall. And then I'm going to open up its dialog box. and make it settings. Right now it's set to absolute. That means all of its heights are coming from your 0 level, which is probably where your first floor is sitting. So you want it from your floor. In this case, we want to change that, make sure that's to floor. And then that pitch is going to be 6 to match the other one. And then our bottom height at that point is going to be 121. So those are locked in. I'm going to hit tab, and so that matches up with the other one. So I'm going to hit OK, but obviously we don't want our ceiling to stop here. So I'm just going to, now that I know that the height here is going to match this wall here, and that matches up there, I'm going to just go ahead and pull that the rest of the way down. Now I'm going to look at it again in my 3D view. Go back across the hall here. And there we go. There's our ceiling plane. It closed that gap there, and it meets up nicely above that window there. You, of course, are going to want to check your site measurements here and make sure those heights are correct. Now let's see where the bottom of that is sitting now. It's sitting right at 96 inches, so that's exactly an 8-foot ceiling here. So that should be correct. But you definitely want to check that height measurement and make sure of that, especially if you're doing window treatments and things there, you need that height. So that is how you change the flat ceiling to a vaulted ceiling. Thank you.